And to come in, I'll tell you what I was talking about. It's funny as hell. I tell you, it's so funny. It is gonna blow your mind. Mm. You hear me now? Oh, okay. Hold on. Oh, wait a minute. You hear me now? Oh, okay. I'll give you a minute. Sheba, I'm not playing with you. You better be quiet. Hey, be quiet. Child, be quiet. You hear me now? Okay. Yeah. What you want, baby? Come here. Come on. Come on. Come on over here then. If you want to talk to me, I mean, I'm in no damn different than me. I don't really give a fuck. So, wait till somebody come here so I can finish what I'm talking about. You just have me forgetting stuff, and you can't be doing that. Yeah, shut the hell up. Hmm. Okay, you back. Okay. So I apologize. I was distracted. I was talking to my cat, and then I don't know what the hell going on with her right now, but I was telling you something funny. uh, I posted. You know what? I forgot to get that person's name. Hey, somebody. Excuse me. I was watching funniest church videos, and uh, those been following the journey. I grew up Church of God. Well, I ended up going Church of God in Christ when I was about 15, 16 years old. Long story short, uh, there's a church, a sister church down there in Michigan, 140 South Street, Church of God, Jackson, Michigan. So, my childhood pastor's best friend, Frank Hampton Jr. down in Jackson, son is the pastor. Now, Johnny, I think it's Johnny down there now. Yeah, Johnny. Johnny down there in Jackson. So I want y'all to watch this video. I think it's about at 21 minutes. Now, this would have never flew by. This is funny as hell. It's going to blow your damn mind. It's funny to me. It might not be funny to you. I'm old, so it might be funny to me. It might not even make you chuckle. I don't know. Make a long story short, I'm watching. I shared the videos with a couple people because I think the guy's funny. Little church guy to be doing these funny church videos. I thought it was funny as hell. So I'm watching. And I had to rewind it again, do a double take. I said, I know that's not who I think it is. Stand there because I saw the pastor and I looked again. This guy's giving his testimony. I shared it on my channel, going to live shorts and all that kind of stuff, and you'll see it on there. Around about 21 minutes. And the guy testifying in the sanctuary, is out of nowhere he come to my, yeah, I've been serving God all this damn time. I served the devil all them damn years right in the sanctuary. So then the camera zoomed over real fast to the pastor. And I had to do a double take. I said, I know that man. I said, that's Frank Hampton's son down there in Michigan. So I look at the thing again, and Johnny said, "That's enough, brother." And I think the guy that was testifying, it was Deacon John. I think it was a deacon. It was just a storm right there in the sanctuary. That wouldn't ever happen. Matter of fact, you wouldn't be grabbing no mic, not in Church of God. You wouldn't grabbing no mic going to the front of nobody's church doing nothing. Right there in the pew testifying, you wouldn't get no mic. You better have a loud mouth and say what you had to say and sit the fuck down. That motherfucker. I said, oh my God. I said, this motherfucker crazy. I said, I never would have thought that would have transpired in a church of God. I never would have thought it. But Johnny was pissed. I can tell you he was pissed. And I ain't seen Johnny in several years, but I remember when Johnny was a little kid. Johnny married a good friend of mine's daughter, Melinda Burt from Columbus. Oh, Johnny did. And Johnny is something else. Them Hamptons is something else. Basil Quentin. Uh, there's so many of them motherfuckers down there. There's about 13 of them niggas down there. And he had about, I think Hampton had about nine or 10, maybe about 11 of them. I don't know how many of them kids were, but it was a whole bunch of them. I know that. But I wanted to share that with you. I thought that was funny. And then the guy that took over Roy Brown's jurisdiction, Archbishop, that motherfucker funny as hell too. What is his name? Archie Hudson, that's his name. Hudson. He up there doing praise and worship. He opened his eyes and everybody in their class A Vespers, and he come to me, he thought he saw angels. I don't know how you can have a straight face and be in his church, because that dude's so goddamn funny. I don't. I mean, people talk about him like crazy, but I kind of like him. I kind of like people that got a personality. Make you laugh or something. But I don't know how you can have a straight face in his church. He's funny as hell. He cracks me up. There's never a dull moment. Never a dull moment. He looks kind of awkward in all them official garments too, because it don't fit him like that. He's such a comedian. I don't. Well, I ain't gonna say I don't take him serious, but he's definitely different than Roy Brown. I tell you that. He's definitely a night and day from him. Matter of fact, but I wasn't shocked when he became the bishop. I wasn't shocked. Matter of fact, I remember I watched that service. They had that live when they announced that they was gonna make him the bishop. He was young as hell too. All them old men looking at him like they was gonna kill him, but he pulled it off, and he been holding it down. A little feminine, but he been holding it down. Him and that other nigga down there in Georgia, what his name is, QS Caldwell. He ain't doing too bad. Caldwell ain't doing too bad. I don't think. He got little problems of his own down there where he at. I think he down there in Florida, Jacksonville or something. But I know he got some church down there in Georgia. He got some problems of his own. He gonna be dealing with here pretty soon. I got an inbox about that. Well, I don't want to get in that. I want to keep it funny today. I didn't just want to do a jump on, jump off, because I couldn't do that. I couldn't do that in 3 minutes on a short. So I wanted to share that real quick, and I'm gonna get up out of here. I got some stuff I got to do. I'm trying to get my thoughts together for some shorts tonight, and I can't seem to get my thoughts together for that. So I'm just gonna spend the rest of my evening having some cocktails, and I got a chess game coming up here in a little bit. I'm gonna play some chess later on. My buddy come and play some chess, and then I'm gonna sit on down. Matter of fact, I'm sitting down now. Shit, I ain't doing nothing down. I'm just gonna relax and have me a few cocktails, listen to some music, play some chess, and that's about it. Laugh my ass off all day. I've been laughing, man. That damn funny video. I'm gonna remember that brother's name and give you your proper credit, man. You keep me in stitches when I watch that. I've been subscribed to you for a long time, but it seems like you get funnier and funnier every year. They had this one dude on there singing a remix of Yolanda Adams. He did a remix of Yolanda Adams, and it sounded like he was singing love music. And the pastor, it looked like the pastor was about 85 years old, was looking upside that Negro's head like, what the fuck is he singing? Dude, you be having some funny shit on that damn. You can keep that going. And if you ain't subscribed to his channel, you need to damn subscribe. You ever have a bad day and you want to laugh, or you just want something to crack up about? When it comes to the church world, there's not really criticizing, but it's just real funny. Hey, watch that brother. That brother got some funny ass shit and will crack you up. But that Hampton thing threw me off. Who? Who's that? BP. Oh, BP. Fuck BP. I don't know what the fuck she getting. I don't even think about that woman. Fuck her. Give her shit. Fuck BP. She nuke loud. She can roll her dead. She can look at the opinions if she wanted to. But I really don't want to get in that energy though. I'm trying to keep. No, fuck her. I don't know nothing about what she doing, how she doing. Don't give two fucks. All I know, she's a crook, and that's it. And I want to keep the energy, kind of just like some lighthearted conversation. I don't want to talk about that bitch at all. I appreciate it. You must be someone related to her. I apologize if No, she ain't getting none of that paperwork, because she ain't never got none of the paperwork from me. So you asked the question. No. But her niece did, Trina. She got the goddamn paperwork. She got a subpoena coming. That bitch do. So if you heard, I hope you got that message. Yeah, I don't know what PP gets. I don't talk to PP. Y'all, the priors talk to PP. I don't talk to her. I haven't talked to her in years and don't plan on talking to the bitch. Yep. Don't even plan on talking to her. I've made my peace with God concerning her. She's a spawn of the devil. And I'll just leave it at that, I apologize. I didn't realize my comments was on. I haven't had my comments on in the live in a long time. So I appreciate y'all coming on, I haven't talked to No, but to answer your question, no, I haven't talked to Phyllis. I don't have nothing to talk to her about. You know, you must don't keep up with my channel because I thought I made that clear about 3 weeks ago. Uh, I have a problem with her. I really have a problem with the female anatomy. Period. I don't fuck with her. That woman has really damaged my mind concerning females. So no, I don't fuck with her. I don't like her. I actually hate her. If that makes it more clear to you, you know, yeah, I literally hate her. That woman framed me for murder. So fuck her and fuck everything she stands for. Fuck everything connected to that bitch. You know, fuck her. You know, that's how I feel from the bottom of my heart. You frame your son for murder. You know, you kill your son, sacrifice your goddamn son. You know what I mean? Your husband's son, not even full blood to me, but that's your motherfucking husband's child, his junior, and you sacrificed that boy, and the police didn't do shit about it. And they swept that shit under the rug, and then them hillbillies down there let the bitch scam them out all that goddamn money. She lied. Told me she didn't have life insurance. She had life insurance on that boy, and the school paid for the funeral before the body hit the morgue. The funeral was paid for. And they had car washes all over the goddamn town, all over Clark County. You know, I ain't knocking and shine, but she sacrificed that boy. She good at that. The whole Pryor family, they good at that. Them assertive ass women, they'll kill you in a minute. If they can't control you, they'll try to kill you. Facts. I'm the only Pryor in the family. Matter of fact, let's get into that. I'm the only male Pryor alive, descendant, that ain't been sacrificed successfully. The rest of the Pryor men are weak. They fucking weak as fuck. They got women controlling them like puppet strings, you know. And then when they know too much, they sacrifice your ass to the goddamn slaughterhouse. All my uncles are dead. All my uncles of my grandmother's sons are dead due to either sibling sacrifice or somebody set them up to get killed. I got two uncles that was found. One was found unconscious and died after a few weeks. And I had another uncle that was found dead in his house and his body was decomposing. Flies around his goddamn door. You tell me what the fuck happened with that. Yeah. You tell me how the women in the Pryor family wait till their husbands get sick, you know, and they can't make no more money. They throw them in nursing homes. You know, I had an uncle, man, who was getting his legs and shit amputated. His wife threw him in nursing homes, was going out getting fucked by every goddamn body, going on cruises and shit while her husband up in a goddamn nursing home up there with my other uncle. Two uncles in the same goddamn nursing home. I'm going there and seeing both of them at the same goddamn time. And that's crazy to me. And then when they died, they didn't call and tell me he died. I had to be riding down the street and they coming out of JW Ross funeral home. Now you tell me that ain't crazy. And I wasn't nothing but in my 20s. I wasn't even a threat to the family then. I mean, I know all the family history, but I wasn't a threat to them then. I was doing my own goddamn thing. I'm riding down Hudson. Everybody coming out of JW Ross. Phyllis coming out of there. That bitch didn't call and tell me he died. And everybody know I got his birthday tattooed on my arm. So what I don't understand is how the fuck all the men get sacrificed in that family. I want to know how that happens. How does that happen? And then the one that was the pope of the family, he was the biggest con of all of them. That's what, you know, I wish whoever that person came in here wouldn't have brought that up, because that just brought me some, that just brought back some a flashback. Yeah, you know that's kind of weird. I'm going to touch on something. You know, I got 3 blood people in my family, all born on 420. I got 3 men in the family born on 420. Now I'm going to show you how systematically assertive women who control their families fuck up a man's mind. I'm going to show you. So my Uncle Sherman was born April 20th. He got murdered. They blamed it on my Uncle Richard Lee. They sent him off to a crazy hospital. Was giving him goddamn crazy medicine. Wasn't a goddamn thing wrong with him. I got the newspaper article still. My Uncle Sherman got murdered. Got murdered by a white man. But they blamed my uncle. See, my uncle knew a lot. My Uncle Richard knew a whole lot. And I remember we used to be over at Lincoln Gardens. My grandma lived there down in Columbus. And I would be over there sitting over there. My grandma always drinks. My grandma never drank regular coffee. She drank percolated coffee, Sanka. My grandma used to drink. And I got to retract a statement because I'm an honest person. I don't want to make my grandma look like she was the Virgin Mary because I'm pretty sure she did some sin. But I remember I mentioned one time my grandma didn't drink, and she did drink. She used to sneak and drink. Once a year, she'd have a glass of Morgan David. My uncle used to always bring her a bottle. My Uncle Ed used to always drop her off a bottle of Morgan David once a year. I don't know what that was about. I just knew in the Baptist church that's what they used back in the day for communion. But my Uncle Ed used to always drop my grandma off a bottle of Morgan David wine. So my girl, shut up, boy, quit that growling. And you sit your ass down, leave him alone. You heard what I said. Shut up. Hey, your goddamn mouth. I'm talking about cats. I talk about the human because they don't pay attention. Make a long story short. So, what was I talking about? Oh, yeah, my uncle used to sneak her over a bottle once a year, Morgan David. So my grandma did drink that. Once a year she had that. But my uncle was murdered. He was born April 20th. And I never met him. He died 2 years before my mother was born. He was murdered in 1950. My Uncle Sherman. 2 years later, my grandfather was murdered. I believe it was. Yeah. 2 years later, my grandfather was murdered. And my grandfather was murdered in 52. 52. Because my mother was born in 52. And she was 6 months old when he was murdered. Yeah. Then my Uncle Donnie, now he had a good wife. I didn't know much about her, to be honest. I can't say nothing negative about my Aunt Carolyn because I don't know her all like that. But I do know her. She wasn't controlling Uncle Donnie. He got himself in some situations, but he was sacrificed. I'm not going to get into all the in-depthness of that, but he was a sacrificed man. He knew a lot too. My Uncle Donnie did. My Uncle Donnie and my Uncle Richard, those are my two favorite uncles of my mother's brothers. And they knew a lot about the darkness in this family. And but what I was trying to say was my Uncle Richard used to come over to the house every morning. And I was at my grandma's probably out of 365 days. I was probably there about 298. Not consistently, but I was there most of the time, either there or 2382 Marcia Drive. And I used to always listen to my uncle. He would always be talking. My grandma, they would be talking, and I would always hear him talking about stuff back that happened in Lowmore. And I would just listen, I was just absorbed. I was always like a little sponge. I always was under my grandma, listening to my uncle come over there. Sometimes he'd be raised in hell. Sometimes, he would never say anything crazy to my grandma, but he would always have something to talk about. And I just always found it odd that certain men in the family didn't utter words around certain women in the family. I always thought that was odd. It was almost like it was a hierarchy amongst the women. And the only one that was really laid back and quiet was Mary Lou. She didn't really, she didn't get caught up in drama and shit like that. She really didn't. Now I agree with everything she did, uh, but she wasn't an assertive woman. I would consider her a wounded woman. I would consider her that. She went through a lot in her life, and I don't really think she was able to enjoy everything that she really wanted to in the time that she was permitted to do it. You know, she was successful in her own right. She took uh, she took shit and turned it into a gold mine. She was smart, and but my uncle Richard and then my baby brother was born on 420. Now this is the catch. Now my baby brother's not a prior. He's a fan bro. He has prior DNA because of his mother, but he's a fan bro for sure. He didn't carry any prior characteristics at all. He's straight fan bro. Uh, but they call my twin. His name is London. And that little boy uh, is so uh, under a mind spell of that woman, his mother. Uh, Between him and my other brother, Jans, he's another fan bro. None of those fan bro children have prior characteristics. None of them. I think the only one that even looked remotely like a prior is Keita, my sister. But the rest of them, no, they act like them fan bros. Crazy and just different. You know, the priors is weird too, but them fan bros is just it's I never could. My grandma used to say, I never could understand the likes of it to save my life, as my grandma used to say. And but my uncle Richard, this is what and this is why I always tell people. This is how I know that when my grandma wasn't a spiritualist. See, my grandmother, her background was Methodist, but she didn't attend church. After my grandfather died, my grandmother quit attending church. As a matter of fact, I don't even think she attended church on a regular basis uh, up until my grandfather died. I know she was raised Methodist, but she never attended church. My grandmother never wore makeup. I never seen her in pants. I got a picture of her in a pair of pants. Uh, I think that's probably when pants first came out. I got a picture of my grandmother standing in the front yard. Uh, and my mother's a split image of my grandmother. My mother and Mary Lou are a split image of my grandmother. But my grandma got a picture of her back in 1950. No, 1940. I think it was 1949. That picture was taken. My grandmother standing out in the yard, and what was so crazy is the picture that I was looking. I was looking at a picture just the other day. Uh, I keep a lot of pictures of my grandmother, you know, a couple of my aunts and uncles in my Masonic books. You know, keeping pictures dear to my heart. Uh, but I was looking at some pictures and I was thinking about myself and I was comparing it to the men's in my on the prior side, my uncles that have gone on, and the different characteristics I find in my Uncle Donnie and my Uncle Richard that are so similar. And it was at first quite frightening because I really knew in my mind that a lot of stuff that my Uncle Richard was talking about, it wasn't crazy talk. It was real. And I didn't realize it until I got older and realized that the women in the family are so manipulative that they'll do anything to stay on top. That's dangerous. That's dangerous. And another thing I noticed is all the women were single mothers, except my aunt, Geraldine. She's the only one married. Well, that I know of. Well, yeah, only one I knew. She's well, no, my aunt Mary Lou was married, but I don't count that. Uh, Harry. She was married to Harry Hill. I think she was married to him. But I don't count that. I couldn't stand him. But yeah, that's funny to me. And the assertive comes in because the men were so diluted they couldn't stay on their own two damn feet to tell a woman no. Ain't that crazy? My Uncle Ed, his wife ran him like crazy. Now my Aunt Connie was a real one. She was a sweetheart. I can't say nothing negative about her. She used to drink a lot, but uh, she ran that man crazy. Uh, I never really seen my Aunt Mary Lou interact with a lot because I didn't grow up around that side of the family. That part, I didn't grow up around them. Jeannie, Mary Lou, I didn't grow up around them. Matter of fact, I didn't start coming around them until I was probably in the '80s when we was coming back from driving back and forth from Springfield, visiting once or twice, a couple times a month or something like that. But I didn't know them all like that, so I don't know what they were doing. But I know that the uncles that I interacted with, their wives, outside of Uncle Donnie, Uncle Buddy's wife was controlling him. I didn't even really hang with him until I was grown. We have a couple of drinks. Me and Junior would go over and have a couple of drinks with him. But I didn't. Really, he was just too. He was really too loud. Was a good dude, but you get that juice filled. You get filled with that juice. He was obnoxious. He would just say the craziest shit for just no reason. Just be talking crazy. Uh, but the men, I just never understood that, and I'm really the only man in the family that's really stood up against any adversary that is trying to infiltrate this family. And the rest of the men just sit back and just let people just do what the fuck ever they want to do. They ain't got no backbone. They rather be gangsters and goddamn, you know, and drug dealers and shit, and players and pimps and thugs and to do something positive with their community. I never understood that about people. It's always the ones that complain that ain't doing shit, but they portray like they doing shit, and it look glossy on the surface, but it's all counterfeit. That's crazy to me, but it is what it is, and that's why I don't associate with them kind of people, you know. But I'll make a long story short. My Uncle Donnie, I never forget one day Uncle Donnie came by and saw me. I just got out of the hospital. I was confined to a wheelchair at that time. And he had a red Cavalier. Yeah. Yeah, he had a red Cavalier. And he would come over to the house and sit and talk to me. And sometimes, he would share some stuff with me, and I'd be sitting there listening to him, and you ever hear people say, sometimes people talk to you that really don't make sense, and then when they're gone, something happened in your life, and it'll come back to your remembrance what y'all talked about, and it's just like, man, some people just it's always good to sit around old school cats, man, in the family. You got some men in your family, you know, going to sit down and rap to you, talk to you about some shit. Listen to them, man. It might not help you now, but goddamn it, it'll help you later. I promise you it will. My Uncle Hobby, he wasn't my blood uncle, but I loved that motherfucker. I did. I still do. I think about him every damn day. I really do. Because Uncle Hobby, man, he was, uh, I wouldn't necessarily call him a bad man, but he was a strange man. He was real strange. But he was a street nigga for sure with plenty of identities. I do know that. But he wasn't nobody to fuck with. And a lot of my man Jerry used to tell me all the time, said, "You've been around Hoppy too much. That's where I got my mouth from. All that cussing. Uncle Hoppy will cuss you the fuck out. And he ain't gonna fuck who you was. I know he did. Cause he cussed my aunt out. He cussed my mom out too. My mom was like one of the kids. Phyllis was like one of the kids around the house. You know. Matter of fact, I don't even know where they got the word pee-pee from, where they start calling it that. I don't know when they start calling it. Trina them started that shit, I think. Them the only ones I ever known to call her pee-pee. Well, uh, uh, Alice and Lena them did too, but everybody else called her Aunt Phyllis. Yeah, I never understood that where the PP part came in. Her name is Phyllis. I mean, I don't know who started that. I think it was Trina. Trina always was good at getting people nicknames that bitch. But I was just trying to tell you, that just brought back a flashback when somebody said Fifi, and whoever spelled that she spells that Fifi Fefe. Yeah. Cheeseburger. What's up, Compton? Hey man, listen, I didn't even put my teeth in, man. I just been sitting there talking. I forgot all about this goddamn live was on. I ain't done my comments in a while. What you been doing, Compton? I ain't seen you in a while, man. I would have put my teeth in, man. I should have put them in, but I said, no, Cheeseburger might come here and talk some shit. And here your ass is. I ain't seen you in a while. Good deal, man. My Compton friend, old Cheeseburger. Old Compton friend. I appreciate you coming in, Cheeseburger. But yeah, sometimes it is what it is, man. You got these people, that don't really talk about family, family history. And I'm telling you, you'll see some traits in the motherfucker from, everybody got a buddy, everybody got a Dion, everybody got a Trina, everybody got everybody got them in the family, Why people don't talk about it, I don't know. I just do. I just don't personally give a fuck. I talk about it. You know what I mean? I just talk about it. And that's how I do it. Somebody just brought that up. I don't know why, but maybe I need to talk about them priors today. I don't know. But I do know that I'm the only one that's got, a goddamn mouthpiece to get up there and say what the fuck how I feel. The rest of them ain't gonna say shit. They listen to these goddamn women. And let these women get in their goddamn ear and have them tricked and shit. All of them gone though. I wish I've been trying to track down, to keep it real, I've been trying to track down my Uncle Richard's people, because he had a wife. He had a wife and a child. I do know that. I don't know the facts on it, but I'm trying to find out. Because, and that's what's so crazy about family. We're supposed to be acting weird and shit, and then people splinter off, and then you fuck around and I told you a story about one of my children. I ain't going to embarrass who she is, but she was dating this boy for like 5-6 years, and fuck around found out it was her goddamn cousin. So I'm talking about, and motherfuckers be acting all weird, and I'm telling you, that's just how shit happened. And then, and your kids come out all different and shit, and you be wondering why, and you come fuck around and find out. It's like, matter of fact, I just saw a story where a guy and a girl was creeping. It was both married, and the guy called the girl because he met the boy at a luncheon. They went to lunch. The girl was in love with the boy. They've been together over a year, young people. And the girl wanted the dad to meet the boy because she was in love with him. Dad agreed, went out and met the boy, looked at the boy, he started asking the boy questions about the damn family. The boy pulled out the wallet, showed the phone. Your boy got them iPhone. The iPhone, it showed pictures of the boy's family. The man looked at the picture and saw the boy's mama. That was his old sneaky link back in the day. The brother go home, called the girl on the phone, and he ain't talked to her in 20 years. But this boy 20 years old now. His daughter 20. They ready to leave off and go to school. But they've been sleeping together for a year. The guy called the girl, and she said, "What the hell you want? You ain't talked to me in 23 years. He said, "Well, we got a problem." She said, "What kind of problem we got? We ain't talked in 20 years. He said, "Well, you got a son that's 20, right?" She said, "Yeah." He said, "Well, I just met the young man, and he dating my daughter," which means he dating his sister. Now, all these years, the girl's husband don't even know that she done fucked this man and got a child. This man done raised his child for 20 years and ain't even his goddamn child. And now he about to find out that his wife was fucking around. Now he got a 20-year-old grown man in the house fucking his own sister. So I'm talking about. And that's what I was talking about. See, the Pryor family never really been close. See, because we always were splintered off. But you get some couple cousins that lie and say, oh, we grew up together and kid. I go along with it. No, the fuck we didn't. It was me, Trina, Michael, Durrell, and Phyllis. Geraldine and Hoppy. That's it. I would see Lena, Alice, and them every blue moon. Because the siblings wasn't even talking. It was all beeping. Uncle Donnie would come by. He's the baby boy. He would come by the house. Uncle Richard would come by. You know, Uncle Richard never harmed nobody. But Ed, Buddy, none of them came to my Aunt Jerry's house. Never came to my goddamn house. Matter of fact, I didn't know who Uncle Buddy was until I went over to Aunt Mary Lou's house over on Bryden Road back in the 80s, I think it was. And Jeannie and Buddy was getting in a fight. And that's how I found out I was my goddamn uncle. I didn't know him. And he named after my granddaddy, William Benjamin. I didn't know who the fuck he was. You know, I didn't know them people. I knew my Aunt Mary Lou, of course. You know, her, Phyllis, and Jerry, they all look like triplets. And they all write alike. All of them got the same handwriting. All them prior siblings had the same goddamn handwriting. That's how they got off from stealing that property, see? Because they all write alike. Yeah. Ed, Geraldine, Mary Lou, Phyllis, Donnie, and Richard and Buddy all had the same signature, handwriting. They all wrote alike. Every last one of them. And my grandma. They all wrote like my grandma. Every last one of them. All 8 of them. 7. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, sure enough did. Like my aunt, let me see what her name, Eveline. I don't really talk about her much because I really hated her. She used to steal from my grandma. They lived together for years. But my Aunt Eveline, she didn't grow up with the family. See, my Aunt Eveline, when my grandma and them was young, my Aunt Eveline was a house servant. You know, she worked for rich white people, cleaning their houses and shit back in the 30s, 40s, and 50s. And made a whole bunch of money. She was a model too. Specialized in wigs and shit like that. She was really into fashion. As a matter of fact, when we was little, when I was a kid, she still money from my grandma. And then she'd jump on that bus and go down to Woolworth downtown and come back with a bag full of goddamn wigs. And my grandma would be like, Evelyn, you always going to the store. Great day in the morning. And Evelyn sit there and start snickering and be up in that goddamn closet right by the stove. You know, she kept her shit hid all up in the closet. You know. Oh, Evelyn, I couldn't stand her to save my life. My grandma wasn't there. Well, she was always home, but if Evelyn was there, you know, I really didn't want to be around there too much because she was just sneaky to me. You know, she was crushing up pills in my grandma's food when my grandma first started getting sick. I witnessed it. I told my mom about it. That's why Evelyn died the way she did. She lived a long time, and she died a slow, horrible death. Crazy as a June bug. But she was crushing up pills in my grandma's applesauce. And she did a lot of weird shit to my grandma. I witnessed. See, them women are evil. The women in that family, there's just something about it. Evelyn was a spawn of the devil. She was an evil woman. But my grandma would still be here if she was living by herself. She would have lived longer. I think Evelyn, they was paying her to poison my grandma. I believe that. And if Phyllis ain't got enough common sense to open her mouth and talk about that shit, because she was there too, because I tapped her on the arm, and Evelyn was crushing up pills in my grandma's goddamn applesauce right there on Delavan Drive. We watched her do it. Yep, they didn't want my grandma going to Springfield. I never understood that. No one protects their offspring. No one protects their mama. No one protect their grandkids. You let your grandkids get raped. And you let your cousins and shit get molested and raped and shit. Sacrifice your sons and your daughters, your husbands. And y'all just do all this weird ass shit. I don't understand that. How do y'all sleep at night? And then come at me. Y'all talking about y'all priors. Y'all sit back and let y'all grandma get sacrificed, killed. And y'all cover this shit up. Trina, Mike, and Daryl. Y'all ought to go to jail just for that. Conspiracy to commit murder. Help my grandma die. Y'all knew what the fuck was going on. My mama did too, because people from the church was telling her. Y'all was sneaking and having my grandma's head cut open and shit. And y'all knew about it because you and Michael was grown. I knew what the fuck was going on. And y'all all living off her shit to this day. All y'all living off her shit. All three of you low-life motherfuckers living off her shit. My grandma had so much shit and her own kids sacrificed and stole it. Now that's some crazy ass shit. Who sacrifices their own mama? I hate my mama to death, but I would never try to kill her. She's still my mother. So I don't understand how parents can try to kill their kids and then start a whole new goddamn family. How do you do that? How can you say you love your grandma and y'all watched her? Them bars still up at that goddamn window, probably to this day. Because we got people promising to take her back to Virginia and never did. Brought her down here in the 60s, never turned back. Everybody was living high on the horse but my grandma. Everybody living off her shit, plotting, trying to kill her quick so they can get all that property down there in Virginia. And they got it. But they all dead. But they offspring enjoying it, and they suffering too. Mm-hmm. It is what it is. It's facts. I don't be understanding that. How we got all this black on black homicide within families and killing each other and shit, trying to kill people and silence them and sacrifice them. Come February though, everybody holding hands. We shall overcome. Ain't that some bullshit? Overcome what? About overcoming shit. Something just happened. I ain't gonna get into all that. I'm just telling you, somebody brought my mom's name up and that just hit a nerve. I had to go, on that little rant real quick about that. That's some bullshit. And what's so crazy? Just to shed some light. Oh, shout out to Juan Cortez. Left me a comment. Appreciate that, brother. I don't know where you're from, but you left me a nice comment on my from earlier. I appreciate that. What I was saying was, I didn't really see it. I didn't really see how serious the darkness in the family was until motherfuckers was trying to sacrifice me, trying to kill me off and shit. I didn't even catch it. And then I start having people doing research for me. And the same people that be running their mouth is connected to my family is in the middle of my divorce, in the middle of my malpractice, in the middle of my God. All these priors entangled in my shit, thinking that they was going to take me out of here. And they didn't do nothing but really earn them a prison sentence, which is forthcoming. I told you you're going to live to see it happen. I wasn't playing. I ain't playing, man. Them days of cussing you out on my channel and screaming and hollering, them days is over with. I'm sitting there enjoying my goddamn drink, waiting to get copies of verification that people been served, and waiting for my goddamn day in court. Yep. Oh, we ain't talking about nothing tonight. We just talking better chatter. We just talking, that's all. Yeah, we just talking. But you find out what I was talking about if you took the time out to read the disclaimer, and maybe you can just pause and rewind, watch it. You know what I mean? That's all you gotta do. You wanna know what's going on? Read the disclaimer and then watch a couple shorts and some videos and you'll catch up. You know what I mean? That's all you gotta do. But yeah, it is what it is, I just never understood it. I never did. Yeah, I never understood that. But, that's the way of the world. You know, that's the way of the world. You got people that just stupid, you know, and that's just the facts. Uh, but first shall be last, and last shall be first. That's what I always tell people. And you know, a lot of people have come and laughed and giggled. I'm gonna come next. I done proved my point and what I need to prove to folk. And as you will see, those papers were sent out, and some people should be getting served in a couple of days. So you know, the joke's on them, not him. So it don't make me no never mind. That's why I can sit here and drink. I can sit and smoke my goddamn cigarettes and prop my feet up like Moneybag Yo and wiggle my toes freely. And ain't got to worry about a goddamn thing. I don't worry about hecklers. I don't worry about trollers. I just sit here and say what the fuck I want to say, how I want to say it, and keep it moving. I don't even pay no attention. That's what it is. You know what I mean? So, and I'm just looking at my cats now, and they knocked out. They was fighting earlier. It seems like this female cat, man, she always be, so she always in heat. I don't know what the fuck be going on with her. It's like she always in heat. Here's a picture of my. Hey Juan, I appreciate you, bro. Let me show you my cats, man. My cats is laying over here chilling. They over here just chilling, man. That's now the white cat, that's Sheba. And my boy cat, he in the window. Gizzy. Gizzy. See him look around at my boy cat. Yeah. Yeah, that's my red carpet. You know, that's you in a Buckeye fan, you can't even walk on that. You gotta walk around. You know, you gotta walk around that way. You know what I mean? So I just be chilling. You know what I mean? Juan, I appreciate you, my brother. Cheeseburger, man. It's been a long time, man. It's been a long time. You know what I mean? It's been a long, you know, and everything like that. So, uh, you know, I just, you know, got my little cats, man, and I enjoy them. You know, as a matter of fact, I tell you the story behind that. I got attacked by a dog when I was a kid, so I really never liked dogs uh, until I got married to my last slash current wife, and my mother-in-law had a dog, and I fell in love with that dog. Uh, Carly was her name. Carly was her name. But I'm an epileptic, and I don't really like dogs all like that. But cats are more therapeutic, and I just thought the cats would be, you know, a little more better, you know, as far as the sense, seizures, and different things like that, and they keep me calm. And cats like music, you know, and then cats clean up after themselves. You know, I don't have to worry about taking them out for a walk. You know, none of that bullshit. I ain't got to really worry about a bunch of mess. You know, them running around tearing up shit, chewing up pillows, nothing like that. You know what I mean? So I'm just that's why I like them. You know, plus they're low maintenance to me. So, low maintenance. But I just be sitting there, man. You know, I used to have my recliner sitting over here, man, and that chair is so low. If I'm drinking, I'm gonna sit in that chair. I'll be falling asleep. I was on live one night. I did a 4 hour one night. We was listening to some music on a Monday night, and I fell asleep on a live. I think I was asleep for about an hour, with my mouth wide open, slobber running down my damn mouth, drunk as hell. And so I moved that chair and put this chair. If I'm going live, I usually sit in this chair, but it hurts my back if I sit up too long. And I don't really like sitting on the couch because I'll fall asleep. The couch is so comfortable. I'll fall asleep. So I just sit here. I usually have my ottoman pit right here, but I got my feet propped up on the coffee table right now. You know. And not long woke up to keep it real. And I wasn't planning on coming live. I was going to do it 3 minutes short because I was talking about what I originally was talking about. My first live, it wasn't coming up. They couldn't hear me, so I came back on because I was talking about this funny video I watched about this church in Michigan. And I know the pastor there. I knew his father very well. My childhood pastor and his dad were best friends. To make a long story short, that's what we were originally talking about. And somebody brought my mother's name up. It had to be a relative because don't about know my mother's PP, but the Priors. So I knew it had to be somebody in the family, but somebody brought her name up, so I had to address that. That's why I was talking about what I was talking about, since you didn't know, sir. Uh, but yeah, I'm just sitting, man. Really, I ain't really got nothing live to go about. I'm just sitting there kicking it. Really, to be honest, I ain't got nothing important to talk about tonight. You know, I've just been sitting here having a couple of drinks, and then I saw Cheeseburger come in. I had to holler at him, and then my guy Juan. Juan, I appreciate him. I appreciate that. And I want to say to the subscribers too, I appreciate y'all, man. Y'all been coming through real strong. We've been doing real good. We've been maintaining the momentum there on that, getting those subscriptions up. I appreciate you passing the word along. Uh, I told you I'm very mindful that some people are offended uh, by some things I say, but I've been trying to adjust that because we don't want to come off as being too abrasive, but we definitely ain't nothing to fuck with by far. But I want to be mindful that some people come in that might have some sensitive ears. But I try to put those disclaimers up so people know before they come in. I can be talking about any damn thing, but it's always vulgar. There's always some profanity, except on Sundays. And then when the sun go down, we back at it again. But I try to be mindful. But this is what I do here. I cuss people out and I expose people. That's just what I do on this channel. We try to empower people, to do what it is that's right. That's basically it. No lies, no hearsay, no alleged. It's all facts. You know, and those that decide to fuck with me, they got their court papers coming in the mail. You seen them. If you watch the live, you can keep up, and you'll see those people be getting their paperwork here pretty soon. You know, we don't do lies and play games here. We deal with facts, and we deal with real assholes. You know, including the governor of Ohio and any other crooked ass politician, crooked law enforcement. Anything that's crooked, we talk about it, and we're gonna expose you. Simple as that. This is what we do. You know. Well, I don't know the Hey Cleveland, what's up, baby? Man, what you think about that draft, sir? What you think about that draft, Cleveland? I had to wear my shirt. I mean, I usually don't wear my brown shit except on Sundays. But I pulled it out. For some reason, I've been pulling out my brown shit. I don't know why, but I pulled out this bag today, Cleveland. I was going to go for a walk today. I pulled out this bag, this little backpack I got. I'll be walking around sometime. And I was gonna just walk out and wear it just for the hell of it, like we just won a Super Bowl or some shit. Hey, baby, you already know. Hey, I've been waiting on you, Cleveland. I've been drinking by myself, man. We ain't had a drink together. Matter of fact, I just told somebody I ain't had my comments on in a long time, man. It's been about probably 2 months since I've had my comments on. Because I've been going ham for the last couple months. I've been really trying to stay focused. When I be having them comments on, we get some dummies that come in sometime and try to distract me. So I keep the comments on when I'm talking about serious issues. When I'm just bullshitting, I'll cut the comments on, let some subscribers come in, we shoot the shit. But if them comments is off, you best damn believe we talking about some serious shit. I don't turn them comments on if I'm, doing some live exposures or I'm producing some legal documents. We don't need no distraction. But, night like tonight, what's that song? Nights like this, I wish. Raindrops will fall. It's about to rain out here. Shit. I don't know. It might. You got your little crown with it. You been listening to some good music? I hope you have. I was jamming. I ain't done my Blue Monday in about a week, but I did my Blue Monday about a week ago, and man, I had a girl come on from Far Rockaway, and she wanted to hear some James Brown. Hey, I was talking to my old deacon, man. Yesterday. No, today. Matter of fact, today I woke up from a nap, my earlier nap, and I was talking to him. I told him, I said, man, I was just thinking about the big payback. That's James Brown. I just played that last month too on Blue Monday. Big Payback and Things That Make the World Go Round. I played that last week. But back to the girl part, Rockaway. She wanted to hear something from. She wanted to hear some Mother's Finest. So Mother's Day, check this out, Cleveland. Mother's Day, I get on and do a live, and the song came to my mind. Now it's not a Mother's Day song, but it's called "Thank You for the Love." Now it wasn't, and this song has nothing to do with Mother's Day, nothing at all. But just the thought, "Thank You for the Love," I played it for the mothers Sunday morning, and then I followed up. No, I started out with Shirley Caesar. I remember Mama. Then I did Saturday night. I did "Thank You for the Love" by Mother's Finest. She wanted to hear a song and by Mother's Finest, but that song had popped in my head. I hadn't heard that song in so long. As a matter of fact, it almost threw me off because I didn't think it was Mother's Finest at first. I was confusing them with I almost said the Contenders. I was confusing them with another group out of Philly. I just didn't know. I didn't realize that was Mother. I said, "That's Mother's Finest." I was like, "God damn, that motherfucker's got it going on." You been playing? You been watching any of that? You catch any of that draft? I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't know what's been going on with them owners over there, but I got my crown, baby. I got it. I got it together today. I ain't had no crown out, but it's straight crown today. I ain't had no crown out for a while, but uh, I've been doing this crown. Somebody gave me some man about a week or two ago, man. Somebody came by here, man. We was hanging out. And somebody left a fifth of goddamn uh uh. Somebody left a goddamn. I gave it to my daughter, man. I try to drink that shit, man. I don't even drink clear liquor, man. My head was pounding so damn bad, I couldn't sleep the whole night. My daughter and them came over the next day. Yeah, next day because it was my birthday. The next day they came right to her to take this shit home. I don't want this shit. Tequila, Jose Cuervo. Somebody bought a fucking 50 tequila over here. I don't even drink that shit. I was sipping on it, was fine. Then all of a sudden it hit me in my head. Man, my head was banging, bro. I mean, banging, bro. Hell yeah. I played some Teddy P. Friday night. I played some on the short. I played Lady. I played it Mother's Day. Yeah, Lady by Teddy P. I sure did. The live version. Teddy P sang matter of fact, when I was DJing in the clubs, man, on Blue Mondays, I used to do Lady on the second Monday. I used to do Lady by the Whispers starting, and then ending. I would end with Teddy P on the second Monday at JD's Lounge. Sure enough, did. Yep. I would start out with Lady by the Whispers and end with Lady by because as a matter of fact, when Teddy P recorded that was on his live album. Yeah, that was his live album. As a matter of fact, my latest and greatest inspirations on that same album. Lady, you're my greatest, my greatest inspiration. Yeah. That motherfucking Teddy P was, that motherfucking 8'9" motherfucker was crazy. Boy, when you said RC Cola, man, I said, this motherfucker, boy, that's some throwback. You know what? Back in the day, man, that damn RC Cola and that damn, what else Flip Pop we used to drink back in the day? That damn Faygo. A lot of folks drink that cream soda back then, too. You got ice cold cream soda. The old heads are drinking them Little Kings and the Slits. and if you got a dollar night, you be getting that what do they call that? Blats. You get them blats on dollar night. You get them cheap ass beers, man. I mean, you be fucked up though. My uncle used to drink the Little King, my Uncle Hoppy did. My Uncle Hoppy used to drink the Little Kings, and he used to drink them damn what's them other Mickeys? He drink Mickeys too. And what was crazy, but this what I was thinking about Uncle Hoppy. It's gonna make me laugh. It almost made me throw up too. I used to go in the bathroom, and Uncle Hoppy used to keep this. He keep out a can about like this big. They still sell them in Family Dollar. About yay big. It's about what 12 ounces. Yeah, it's about 12 ounces. one of these cans, Magic Shade. You remember that? He had a big ass thing of Magic Shade, and he'll be in the shake, man. You wet his motherfucking head, wet his face, and he'll put that shit on, man. That whole goddamn bathroom, man, be, oh my God. And it wasn't the kind that had the fragrance to it. It was so goddamn strong. It almost smelled like you'd been there shitting for like a week or something. That shit was strong as fuck. And that shit would be on his face. And I used to think it was Noxzema. Because my Aunt Jerry, when I was a kid, she'd always wash her face. And then she put that Noxzema on her goddamn face and be rinsing that shit off. So I thought my Uncle Hoppy had Noxzema on his head and his goddamn face with that Magic Shade. Man, that shit, man, was so goddamn strong, man. Between that and that Noxzema going together, man, I had my motherfucking nose fucked up. And back then, over at the house over there, shit, they had the same, well, I always say we, because I pretty much was one of the other kids. But, what you want, get them on a treat? What you want, baby? You want a treat? It ain't time yet. You gotta drag out these goddamn lives. I give y'all treats you want. Go on over there and do what you gotta do. So make a long story short, then in the bathroom there was what they call them glass doors. You can't even see through them. You can like see like the shadow or you know what I'm talking about? Yeah, in the bathroom. And if that shower on in there and it's hot, and you smell that goddamn Magic Shade, it intensifies that smell, man. I'm telling you. Ooh, Lord, that was crazy. I'll never forget that. I don't know what it is. I'll never forget that. Yeah, sir, you don't pay attention. I said I'm talking about a little bit of everything, so you got to keep up. You're a distraction. But I'll go ahead and let you enjoy yourself. If you can't comprehend what we're talking about, I'm talking to my guy here in Cleveland. How you doing, Teddy Christie? I'm talking to my guy in Cleveland, Jasmine Stark. Hey, Jasmine, I ain't seen you in a while. I remember that name. I did a live one day. We were talking about some social issues, and you made a comment. I appreciate that. It's been a long time since you've been here. It's been nice. Well, I haven't had my comments on it in a long time, so I appreciate you coming back to see me. Who else in here? Let me acknowledge some people because I don't want to be rude. I ain't got my glasses on either. My man Juan Cortez, Better Cheddar, Better Cheddar Cheeseburger. Uh, Hey, that comment just came through cheeseburger. That's why it caught my eye. I do look different with my teeth in. That's the first time. Well, I ain't had a man in a while. My mouth be hurting, man. I don't be wanting to wear them, bro. I swear to God. But everybody say I look different when I got my teeth, and of course I do. My face fill out and everything. I also like to wear them, man. My mouth be hurting so bad, and then I got to use adhesive. When I had that plastic surgery, it took this part about 3 inches of my gum out, so I don't have nothing to hold the teeth in. So I got to take them and keep pulling. I don't be want to do all that. I usually wear them if I got to go somewhere. If I'm doing a serious live about something, I might wear them. But I don't be worrying about them damn teeth, man. Fuck them teeth. Yeah, I don't worry about it, but I just get that comment just came too. Yeah. I've been on here an hour talking about nothing. Let me get the fuck off here. I gotta give me some music. Listen to me some music and Cheeseburger, you gotta hit me up, man. You gotta hit me up. What was I gonna tell you? 740-414-5662. Hit me up, man, or inbox me. Yeah, right, Stone at Gmail. Man, we had to chop it up, man. I ain't been to Cleveland in a little while. I gotta get up here to Brook Park. I want to get up there, man, and see what the fuck going on, who is who and what is what. And you out there, you're near Shaker Heights. I love you too. You near Shaker Heights, uh you near Shaker Heights, Cleveland, or Parma, or you in East Cleveland? Cheeseburger must have logged out. He probably hit me up on the inbox. But yeah, we talking about a little bit of nuts tonight, So I'm about to get up out of here. I gotta do some shorts. It's time is it? Damn, it's 8:30. Yeah, I gotta do my. I'm trying to do a live. I mean, a short at 8 o'clock, and I ain't even done one. I got my glass back up, and then I gotta get me some music and make it. I'm gonna fall asleep if I don't. So I appreciate y'all coming back in, Jasmine. It's good to see you again. Good to see you, Cheeseburger. Good to see you, Cleveland. And Juan, good to see you, my brother. Thank you for the comment this morning. I appreciate that. And y'all don't stay away too long. I won't be back. I ain't gonna do no more lives tonight. I was really coming on and talk about that funny story, and then somebody brought my mother's name up, and I had to talk about that and got off what I was talking about. But I wasn't talking about nothing too deep. It wasn't nothing serious, nothing crazy, you know, everything like that. But I'm going to continue to enjoy my evening. Gizmo looking out the window. Sheba laying here asleep. And I'm about to go refill my glass, listen to me a little bit of music. A song that's on my mind right about now I'm going to listen to is Time Will Tell by Patti LaBelle. I'm going to listen to that. Time will tell. And time definitely will tell. Yeah, time will tell. So I'm going to listen to a little bit of Patti, and then continue to like, share, and subscribe. We wasn't nothing too crazy today. We remember we didn't talk much shit tonight. We just sitting there talking to some subscribers, some people I ain't talked to in a while, shooting the shit, talk about a few little small things, and then I'm gonna fuck up out of here. I'm gonna go out and enjoy my evening, and have me a couple more cocktails. My friend will be playing some chess later. Play a little chess. You know, if I get a little too tipsy, I ain't gonna play, but I seem to play better when I'm drinking. You know, so I'm gonna go ahead and do that. And again, those that I haven't seen in a while, thank you for coming back, man. I appreciate that. That just really makes me feel good. Y'all don't forget about me. I appreciate that. Jasmine, Juan, Cleveland, and my Compton friend Cheeseburger. I appreciate you. Hey, yeah, Cheeseburger, reach out to my other boy too, and Cleveland. Reach out to our other partner, man, the Cadillac man. Deck. I think it's Deck. Deck. I think it's Deck. Yeah, my Cadillac guy, man. He be coming in, man, checking me out too, man. That motherfucker got some nice Cadillac. Got some nice Cadillac. That boy got a nice Cadillac. He keeping that dry. He be in there washing that motherfucker too. I ain't popped up on his channel in a while. I gotta pop up there because he usually be posting some pretty good pictures from Cadillac. Cadillac, he got in that goddamn driveway. They got two of them, I think. Uh, uh, I got some youngins in here. I got a content guy that got some good shit going out. Shout out Jay Williams. He got a lot of good prison stories that he be putting out. And oh, what you got, an 88? Hey, get some Popeyes, man. And you know what? They got some good goddamn. I don't know what the Popeyes like in Cleveland, but you know, Popeyes down here, man, they got some good ass macaroni and cheese. I like dark meat, you know, so I eat a lot of thighs. I don't eat legs at all, no drumsticks. But I like thighs and wings. You know, I eat a breast every now and then, but if I'm really hungry. But I really like thigh. I like greasy meat. You know, coon. You know, muskrat. You know, I like game meat too. You know, my stepdad used to cook coon, man. Goddamn muskrat. A lot of folks don't eat carp. First of all, a lot of people don't know how to clean carp, but you get that mud vein out that motherfucker. Carp's some good fish. Most bottom feeder fish is good fish. Tilapia, catfish, carp. You know, them motherfuckers, there's some dirty ass fish, but if you clean them good, know what the fuck you doing, yeah, you got some good food. Hell yeah, chitlins, hog maw, pigtails, pig ears. I eat all that shit. Man, I be cooking my ass off. I don't fuck around. I did live one day, man. I was in there cooking, man. I had some goddamn pigtails. I made some pigtails with some goddamn rice and something else, man. I tear up some shit. That was oxtail too. Oxtail's just high as fuck. Pig feet, pig knuckles, shit. I eat all that shit. Hell yeah, all of it. I don't eat uh liver though. I don't like liver. I like gizzards. You know, yeah, red beans and rice are all right. You know, I don't really like a lot of gassy food, man. I really don't. Uh, I eat it, you know. I mean, I eat beans, chili, shit like that, but a lot of gassy food, I try to stay away from it. Because that shit'll be making you think you're gaining weight, and then by the time you fart and shit, you know, your stomach back down flat again, you be confused. I used to be confused, you know, because I used to be a pretty big dude. I ain't gonna say big dude, but I think the biggest I ever been was 230, 232. It was just too much weight for me. My body not built for that kind of weight. The medicine I was on had me swell up like that. That goddamn Tegretol, seizure med, carbamazepine. That shit had me swell up like a motherfucker. I didn't like that shit. Plus, it kept me sleep all the time. All I did was sleep and eat, sleep and eat. I was big as fuck. My knees was hurting like a motherfucker. I couldn't take it. You know. Yeah, I couldn't take it. But yeah, shout out to Jay Williams. I need to check him out. Jay Williams got some good stories on his channel. Another guy I be watching got some good shit out too. That JR Wisdom. That JR Wisdom got some good shit. Check him out. And you got another crazy little brother. He got some shit out. I think it's called Quickie. You gotta be walking around with these this little young motherfucker be walking around with this you know, I don't know, man. I don't, you know, I never was a Buster come from the terrace, but I don't, I, you know, I didn't, I wasn't a Buster fan. Uh, and I'll leave, you know, those comments to myself because I am a Buckeye and I don't want to really be putting nobody down in my own state. But I didn't really care for Buster. I didn't care for him. Uh, and I have reasons why, but you know, I'm gonna leave those comments to myself. You know, because those are personal feelings. There's nothing that uh, he did to me, but I just didn't care for him all like that. You know, I'm just being transparent. You know, I think he in Florida. Somebody told me he was still in Florida. I don't know. Uh, like I said, I didn't follow his career all like that. There was another brother from here, but he wasn't a heavyweight. He was uh, my stepmom's brother used to cut hair up on Hudson, and he used to come here all the time with his belts. I forget that brother's name, man. Uh, he used to always come in the barbershop over on Hudson Symbols. What was that dude's name, man? He's always coming there when he had a fight. When he win, he would bring his belts. Good brother too. He was a young guy. He was a young dude too. I think he went to school with one of my brothers. I don't know, but he was a young guy, and he could fight too. He's a good fighter. Uh, uh, Boxing ain't what it used to be. Matter of fact, I don't even watch boxing no more. Uh, I used to, man, but I didn't watch it. It's got a little too crazy. That one guy, he's off the chain. Yeah. I was watching something of him the other day. He was what's his name? Adrian Bonner. What's that dude's name? He said he went broke. I don't know. Something I don't know. Something crazy. I don't know. Uh, who's on the streets? Uh oh yeah, I know what I know Ted. You know Ted. You talking about the Golden Voice? You talking about Ted Cleveland, the Golden Voice? You know I don't know, man. He remember I told you last time we talked. I ran into Ted. Uh, I ran into Ted. My wife and I at the time was out at Kroger's on what's called, and he was coming out. He was selling pictures. Yeah. And he asked me for a ride or something. I gave him a couple of dollars. He's supposed to call me because he was going to be doing some voiceover work for this channel. And he never reached out to me. But somebody told me he was back in Cleveland. I don't know. Is he back in Cleveland? I mean, he might be on the street. I don't know. But I bumped into him, man, over on Harrisburg Pike on Eakin Road. The Kroger's on Eakin Road. and he was selling his autograph like cartoon pictures like they do at the fair. He was selling them, and I just gave him some money, told him to keep the pictures. I couldn't give him a ride. He had somebody with him, and I didn't know who that person was. I didn't want to leave his friend out there. So I told him I couldn't do it, but I gave him the money. Yeah, but they and I ain't trying to take up for the guy because I didn't know him before he started facing addiction. But I felt like they played him, man. I feel like they really played that dude because uh his voice, man, was just, and it's still the same. You would never know he's going through nothing unless you just look at him and you know him and like, oh man, he's fucked up. But for his voice is what got him paid, not his looks. I don't understand why. Who gives a damn? You know, he's doing voiceover work. So I mean, who gives a damn about what he's doing? I thought he was a nice guy. I still think he's a nice guy. He never caused me no problem. Addiction's a motherfucker, man. But when you got people around you that's addicted, then you can't get. I mean, he can't get no help. He never get no help. And then the people that put him on, when he was making all that money and stuff, they should have put people around him, protecting him. You know what I'm saying? And they didn't. That's fucked up. And that's the kind of shit I be talking about. People be prostituting people's gifts, and then and it's a black man, and then they mistreat him, and then when he go out there and do something crazy, they run him down. Damn dog. That's foul to me. I never understood that. Why people play them games, but then as soon as it happened to them, they wanted somebody to give them some grace and feel sorry for them. Out battle. That's sad, man. Is he originally from Cleveland? Because when I met him for the first time, he was here. He was already here. Either he had just got out of jail or rehab or something. He was telling the story on the news, and then he had a job for a long time. Then he fell off for a while. I didn't hear from him, but I ran into him personally. That was just last year. Yeah, it was just last year, right there on Egan Road. I just ran into him. Yep, it was in the evening time. Sure was, and it was either raining or it was snowing. But I ran into him right there on Eakin Road, man. He was in there with it was a young lady. Well, she wasn't young, but his hair was fine, his skin. I mean, you could tell he was going through some stuff, but he didn't look disheveled or nothing. That's where I saw him last year, but somebody told me that he was back in Cleveland because I haven't seen him since last year. I don't. He's supposed to call me. I gave him a business card. He's supposed to call me. Because I had some stuff going on pretty good that I was going to get some things jumping off on a few things. And he was going to come on board and help me. Yep, he sure was. He always was nice to me, man. Every time I ran into him, he was cool. He was real cool. I liked him, man. He was a nice dude. He was a real nice dude. I thought he brought a lot to the table. I think that uh, his voice was just that gold, man. I mean, his laugh even sounded like it was just like custom made. I mean, he was just man. He was just crazy. Yeah, I didn't understand that. No, you won't be showing out in here. You might want to you might show out, but you won't show out in here. I don't think you will. Let me see if you will or not. Uh, Yeah, yeah. Get people out, man. Cleveland people ain't used to people just sitting up there chopping it up like we do, man. We be sitting there just chopping it up, and it's clown. I don't know what people do that for. I don't pay no attention no more. I don't even waste my energy on stupid people, man. People come here talking crazy. Talking about you great turnout. You ain't gonna turn out in here. You be out here about 24 hours. But yeah, man, he was cool with me, man. I thought he was a nice guy. I thought that they gave him a raw deal, and I don't know all the specifics in the deal that he had, but they fucked that brother over, and I think they did it with no Vaseline, like Ice Cube said. It's fucked up the way they did him. They threw him to the wolves, man. You know, That's crazy how they did him. But it was probably a gatekeeper. Somebody was jealous of him because he had less than they did, but he was doing more, and they was probably trying to hold him back. And it was probably over some money. They was probably cheating him because they knew he was still having some addiction problem, and they probably got over on him. That's probably what they did. And that's how it usually work in the game. You know, they'll use him up where he's got some issues, but use him enough to do the job for him, and then when they get in using him up and expose them to more addiction, they throw them out there to the streets, talk about them. It's like crumbling in psychology. Motherfucker fuck with you, and then they leave you, rescue you, like they helping you out. That's probably what they did to him, bro. I didn't believe that. Uh, no, what's that about? Hoop dreams? Is that a basketball movie? It's a basketball movie. Let me put my glasses on, Cleveland. Oh, let me pour me a glass real quick. Yeah, I'll be trying to. I'll be trying to. I'm relax. I'll be trying to. I'll just be trying. Two brothers from Chicago. Oh no, I ain't never seen that. I'm not a basketball guy, man. A lot of people think, my brothers, they all play basketball. I'm not a basketball guy, man. I'm tall. I'm 6'1". I can play street ball, but as a matter of fact, I just told my old deacon, man. I just start watching basketball. Uh, every night, like this, the finals and stuff I was watching. I just start watching like every now and then, just like at the middle, my wife split up. I never I never was in the, after, I was in the James Worthy era, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, the slam dunk contest, back in that era. I'm still locked in that. This new basketball stuff, man, I can't comprehend it. It's just so crazy, you know. James Worthy, Lynn Bias before good Lord took him out of here when he went to the Celtics. Back in the '80s, man, I'm locked into that basketball. Sean Kemp, he just went to prison, man. They just sent his ass to prison for attempted murder or some shit. Somebody told me. Yeah, I remember Sean Kemp, Utah Jazz. Uh, that one guy, somebody told me he died. Karl Malone, did he die? Moses Malone? Was it? Let me see. No, not Moses Malone. Karl Malone, did he die? Somebody told me he died, man. Malone. Either he died or he went to jail. No, Sean Kemp went to jail. That's what was having all them babies. He had a promising career, man, but he couldn't keep his thing in his pants. Him or what's that other guy's name that denied all his kids, man? Elijah one? No. Uh, what's that dude's name, man? No, that one dude, he went to prison. The big tall African man, Manute Bowl. Yeah, Moses. Yeah, Moses. Manute Bowl. They said he in prison now. The tall motherfucker. Was he Ethiopian or so? Where is he from? That big tall linky motherfucker, man, that was throwing them hooks and shit. Yeah, Dennis Rodman is crazy. Madonna turned his ass out. Dennis Rodman, but that's a smart motherfucker though. Dennis Rodman was somebody was telling me the other day he did a TV interview and they was talking about comparing the basketball players of the day to his air. Let me close my damn window, man. This cold air coming in my goddamn window. Got cold outside. Ain't goddamn cold air. It should be fucking me up. I can't deal with that shit. Well, maybe I'm gonna put my goddamn hat on. Let me give you another pop too. Maybe we goddamn got like that. You know what I'm saying? Man, he was talking about how if Jordan were to get back in the game right now, he'd be scoring 40. Now, I wouldn't go that far and say that, but they say he'd be scoring over 40 points a night on a consistent basis. I don't know what he'd be scoring, but I know that I hear a lot of people getting tired of LeBron James. I don't know much about LeBron James other than him having connections to Diddy. Well, I ain't gonna get in all that. Yeah. But LeBron James under fire right now, I'm understanding. Yeah, Boston Celtics, Larry Bird. He ended up coaching the Indiana Pacers, I think he did. Didn't he die too? Yeah, he just died too, I think. Somebody said. No, it was that other white basketball player that played for what was that team that Mark, that billionaire Mark, Robert Parrish, yeah. That's Celtics, yeah. Uh, what about that one light skinned boy that played for him? That's Parrish. Yeah, that's Parrish. Yeah, Celtics. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, well, Lou Alcindor, you know. Goddamn James Worthy. Who was that other dude used to wear the cape and shit back in the 80s? Dennis Johnson. Uh, Spud Webb. Remember Spud Webb? Hey, you know that motherfucker's about 4'3", boy. That motherfucker jumped from goddamn McDonald's in Columbus, Ohio, all the way to Mansfield down there, goddamn 801. You know, 48. Yeah, that motherfucker. He has some leaps on him. Dominique Wilkins. He played for the Hawks, didn't he? Atlanta Hawks. He used to wear the high top with the little S curl at the top. What about that one motherfucker who's always getting in fights all the time? That little young hothead motherfucker used to play back in the day. Played for Detroit. Not Isaiah Thomas. What that little wild motherfucker's name was? Uh, what that wild motherfucker's name, man? Anthony Mason. Anthony Mason. Is it Anthony Mason? That little wild motherfucker. That motherfucker was crazy. He was always in some shit. Anthony Mason. That was crazy. Yeah, that was crazy as hell. You know. Yeah, well, I had I wore a fade until because I used to cut my own hair. I used to be a real gifted barber. I used to cut my own hair in high school. When I was young, there was a guy at the church used to cut our hair all the time. Not well, I didn't never do the slope, but I used to wear a high top taper. Uh, and I always until I got in my early 20s and I started wearing it long. I would wear it long. Uh, it wasn't a perm, but I had real pretty hair. I took care of my hair. I always had a good grade of hair. Uh, and as a matter of fact, uh, my hair was so soft. The pink moisturizer they made back in the day ain't like it used to be. Uh, you know what? Do I got a picture around here with me with a high top fade? Uh, no, but I do got a picture. I do got a picture with a fade. Uh, uh, when I say high top fade, my version of high top fade, not like Kid and Play. Mine was more like Steve Harvey's. Back when Steve Harvey's wore his in the '90s, but I wore mine was like Dominique Wilkins to be exact. It was just like that. But I didn't have no kid in my hair. I had I used to use dark and lovely, what's it called? And then my hair would be real. Uh, uh, how can I describe my hairstyle back in the '90s, man, late '80s? Uh, Teddy Riley, New Jack Swing, kind of short, but like yay high. The sides be tapered because I got a funny shaped head. So I would always wear mine taper as I got older. So this right here, that little dip right there wouldn't be so noticeable. So all this would be, it'd be bald down here, and then it'd be tapered over, or just taper in the back and on the sides. But it always kept my hair was always on point. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And then I wore ball caps so much when I started getting older, my hair started thinning out. So I just, once I hit 54, around there, I just started cutting my wearing the ball. Yeah. This picture had a ball cap on, but I had a high top fade. Well, it wasn't no high top fade, but it was a taper fade in this picture. Uh, uh, but that was that picture was about 13 years ago. That's when I had my gold in my mouth, and everything like that. Yeah, and that's what makes me so mad about my teeth. I used to wear gold in my mouth. I used to wear gold, but when I lost my gold tooth in my mouth, I had the surgery on my mouth, and I just got rid of all my gold and started wearing silver. So all I wear now is silver, strictly silver, 925, or sterling, you know. Uh, yeah, man, everything. Hell yeah. I can't do it like I used to. I wear a brace and my leg is a little fucked up, but yeah, I can dance. I still can kind of step now. I'm getting the hell yeah. And I come out of sanctified church too, so I can dance that and that. Yeah, man, I don't be playing in full effect. I don't fuck around. I'm a dancer, man. And that's one thing about the pride. We all can dance. Now, my mama could dance her ass off. That's all she used to do is go out and party, dancing and shit, smoking that goddamn weed and drinking them beers. She wasn't no alcoholic, but she smoked a hell of a lot of weed. She used to drink though, beer. I never really known my mother drink liquor as a kid. I never seen it, you know. My aunts and them either. I never known them to drink liquor. They all drank beer when I was growing up. They might have drank liquor in private or something, but nah. My mother was a weed head. Hold on a minute. Turn this heat on. It's cold. Shit. Got about 50 degrees, 40 degrees outside. What the fuck is so goddamn cold here for? I don't understand that shit. Is you in there asleep? I hope the fuck you are, because you was wound up, baby. Dad, you was wound up bad. Daddy was wound up bad today. Yeah, it was. Whew, I'm sorry, Cleveland. I'm back. I had to turn my heat on, man. I got cold in this motherfucker. I can't take this shit. I got chill bumps on my arm and shit. Every time I get you on this goddamn live, Cleveland, we be on this motherfucker talking. I be forgetting about everybody else. Anybody saying shit, so me and you talking. That's how I look at it. Shit, I talk to who talk to me. You know what I mean? That's how I do it. I should have got me a cold, what I should have done and warm myself up because I done got cold. I done got cold up in this motherfucker, really. Everything like that. What the weather like up there? Oh no, I got cold, man. Shit, I got cold. I turned my heat on. No, I ain't. No, I'm just saying I ain't paying. I had turned my heat on. Shit, I got a little chilly, and that window was open, and my cat be in that window, and he think he run my life, but I be trying to tell him, when it get cold like that, I got to close my goddamn window because I be freezing, man. I can't take that shit. You know what I mean? And she'll stay asleep. Her ass will stay right there, damn sleep. As long as she got somewhere in there, if she chilling, she cool. She ain't going nowhere. She gonna be right there. Gizmo in the bathroom. For some reason, he likes sleeping in the shower. I don't know what the fuck be going on with him. I went up in there the other day, and this motherfucker. Hold on a minute. Somebody sent me a message. Let's see what this is. Might be a. Oh, message ain't came through yet. Somebody sent me a goddamn message on that. Check that motherfucker out. But was it cold up there today? Cleveland, was it cold up there today? I know it probably was. It's 7 o'clock. Oh, it's almost 9 o'clock. I gotta go in there and do some goddamn music, man. I ain't put no music up tonight. I ain't put no music up since what I played this evening. Did I play anything this evening? Yeah, I played somebody Slick Rick. Uh was it really? It was a little chilly here today, but it was nicer this morning. I don't live in the rural part of the town, so I don't weather out here little different. You know, we get tornadoes on this end. You know, we get a couple of twisters out here every now and then, every cornfields and shit. You know, so uh, it's I feel like it's about 48 degrees outside, man. That window, man. You know, and I usually keep the heat on anyway, at least about 68, something like that. Because once my ears and stuff get chilly, man, my head will start banging like real bad. So I try to keep some heat moving up in this motherfucker. So I know who is who and what is what. Everything like that. Mm-hmm. Y'all about that water too. You up there by Lake Erie? I know you. You ever go to Put in Bay down there? Hell yeah, I can tell you how I feel night and day. And they sing a song on your own. You gotta get up on your own, girl. You gotta get up on your own. I said, you gotta get on your own, girl. Did he try to kill him? Stupid motherfucker. Mm-hmm. Hell yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, Golden Voice, man. It's funny you brought his name up, man. Damn, man. Hope you're all right. Hope you're all right, man. He's a good brother, man. He's a good brother. Everybody got some problems, man, but I really think if the right people would have been put around him, man, he'd have been good. He'd been pretty good, man. I don't think that they did him right. And like I said, it had to be over some money, man, because you know ain't nobody seen him. You hearing his voice. So I mean, what the fuck he look like and what he doing, it shouldn't even matter. You drink that Crown. I drink mine with Mountain Dew, man. If I'm drinking straight Crown, because now I got some caffeine free Pepsi in there, but that caffeine free Pepsi, you can't really. Well, you can. I mean, if it's ice cold, but you can't really drink that with no goddamn liquor because once that caffeine free Pepsi get warm, it just makes you just fuck up your whole vibe. You know what I'm saying? Everything like that. But I'm gonna come back. You go on there later. Get my number off that. Go back over the chat, man, and get my number off the live, man. My That's the number I use for this channel, the 740-414-5662. Write that number down. Text me, hit me up. Any music you want to hear, that's my request line I use for this channel. And then my email address is theuprightstone@gmail. Hit me up, man, sometime this week. Hit me up later if you can. I might be up a little later. I gotta get up here and do a short. I ain't done a short since 7 o'clock, and I usually try to do one every hour, every 2 hours. I appreciate you, Cleveland. We in there. We're gonna go to Super Bowl in about 20 years, hopefully. Hopefully I'll be able to live to see it happen. We're gonna get it back. And maybe the good Lord will birth some new Jim Browns up. Carry that team to where we can, do what we need to do. Get Ohio back where we need to be, baby. We the oldest professional institution in the state. We need to be represented. We done had a squad for 7.5, 8 years, and I don't know what the fuck going on. Well, I'll tell you what's going on at ownership. We ain't gonna get into that. That's a whole nother story. Thank you for the 5 likes. Continue to like, share, and subscribe so you can be like me, but a D, and stay alive. We ain't playing no games. We ain't looking for no fame. All we doing is trying to believe in his name. Red and yellow, black and white. We are precious in the sight, but we black and browns gotta quit playing, being clowns and playing game and running game on God's people. Take care of yourself. That is my prayer. I love you, you, and even you. And I hope that you do what you're supposed to do. Take care of yourself and each other is my prayer. Peace out.